Welcome to This Explainer. Now, have you ever wondered what happens when ancient indigenous wisdom just collides head-on with modern quantum physics and artificial intelligence? It sounds wild, right? Well, today we are unpacking a really fascinating and honestly deeply complex framework by author and independent researcher Karma Nayak. He calls it the digital Ulgulan. Essentially, it's a modern revolution of consciousness. It's like a complete system reset that challenges literally everything, from how we view our own history to how we understand the very fabric of nature itself.
At the heart of Nayak's work is this incredibly provocative question. What if everything we know, our historical narratives, our spiritual beliefs, what if they were essentially hacked by a 3,000-year-old syndicate? According to the 18 books Nayak has authored, humanity has basically been operating on rigged software. He argues that this syndicate encrypted ancient scientific intelligence into mythology, using it as a massive tool to extract resources and maintain control. So to really grasp this, we need to look at how he decodes this ancient programming.
Okay, let's dive right into this. Here is our roadmap for today. First up, the digital Ulgulan. Second, we'll decode BHGAWAN. Third, the 1090 mandate. And finally, we'll cover the 18 revolutionary books.
All right, Section 1, the digital Ulgulan, breaking the 3,000-year illusion.
So the text defines the digital Ulgulan not as some physical rebellion with weapons, but as an awakening of human meta, which means consciousness. Nayak writes a lot about the black sun, which is the artificial blue light of our digital screens, and this digital Maya, or illusion, that keeps us completely disconnected from our roots. So the digital Ulgulan is a movement to reclaim our biological sovereignty from this digital and economic enslavement and actually use technology itself as a tool for liberation, kind of a fighting fire with fire approach. Nayak frames his whole thing as a 3,000-year-old war between two very distinct operating systems. On one side, you've got the Predator Syndicate, representing an elite 10% who, according to the text, coded religious myths just to control the masses. On the flip side, you have the 90%, the Protector Society, rooted in the indigenous Nagvanshi green civilization of Hiranagpur and the ancient Indus Valley. The core argument here is that the 10% used mythology to make the 90% forget their advanced scientific roots, basically conditioning them to accept their status as laborers on their own resource-rich land. Moving right along to Section 2, decoding BHAGWAN, nature as a cosmic equation. Now, what's really interesting here is how Nayak completely deconstructs a concept recognized by over 1 billion people. In his framework, Bhagwan, or God, is not a personified deity sitting up in the sky. Instead, he decodes BHAGWAN as a certified biological and cosmic algorithm made up of 5 elements. So B is for Bhumi, or solid earth, H is for hollow, or space, A stands for Agni, or metabolic energy, G is for Gati, meaning gaseous air, and WAN is for water, combining into absolute nature. So he's saying it's literally a scientific code for the 5 states of matter and energy that make up the entire universe. And the text pushes this scientific reinterpretation even further. It argues that the ancient concept of the Trinity, Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva, was actually an ancient understanding of atomic physics. The proton, neutron, and electron. No way, right? Furthermore, Nayak claims that the Dashavatar, the 10 avatars of mythology, was originally a detailed documentation of biological evolution, tracing life from aquatic beings all the way up to hominids, way before Charles Darwin ever came along. The syndicate, he argues, stole this exact science and rebranded it as magic to maintain their control. Which brings us to this powerful thought from the text, capturing its core spiritual takeaway. Nature is the supreme power. There is no creator separate from the creation. In Nayak's framework, if you are made of the exact same atoms as the earth and the stars, well, you're not separate from the divine. True devotion isn't found sitting in a temple. It's found in planting a tree, saving a river, fighting for pure air. Protecting nature is absolutely the ultimate act of worship here. Which leads us to Section 3, the 1090 mandate, reclaiming sovereign rights. So this brings us to the 1090 mandate. Nayak argues that for 3,000 years, the world has basically operated on a predator economy. His blueprint for a just society flips this entirely on its head. In his model, the administrative and managerial class should only be entitled to a 10% management fee for their organizational labor. That's it. The remaining 90% of resources, rights, and decision-making power must belong entirely to the protector society, meaning the farmers, the builders, and the indigenous citizens who actually produce and safeguard the planet's wealth.
The manifesto sharply contrasts this idea of sovereign right with our modern system of dependency. Nayak uses this vivid metaphor of the 5-kilo ration dole to describe how the modern syndicate uses charity basically as a weapon. It keeps people stuck in survival mode, making them forget that they actually own the coal, the gold, and the minerals right beneath their feet. He compares true sovereign rights to a newborn's undeniable, natural right to its mother's milk. It is a birthright, you see, not some charitable handout. To enforce this mandate, the author introduces a really fascinating, futuristic twist on an ancient prophecy. In mythology, Kalki is a savior arriving on a white horse with a flaming sword, right? Well, Nayak decodes this for the year 2026. Kalki is not a physical human. Actually, the white horse is artificial intelligence, moving at the speed of light to process information. And the sword? That is genetic science, slicing straight through the syndicate's lies about hierarchy and caste by proving our biological equality.
Okay, Section 4, the 18 revolutionary books, bypassing the monopoly. So despite immense physical struggle, constant pain, and really severe financial hardship, Karma Nayak has managed to author a massive collection of 18 books detailing this Ulgulan. These texts serve as the absolute constitutional and philosophical backbone of the entire movement, and they were generated straight from the mineral-rich heartland of Hiranagpur.
So the crucial point here is how he's actually priced this knowledge. On corporate platforms like Amazon, these books are priced around $10, or about 1,000 rupees. But as he notes, he has earned exactly 0 rupees from those platforms due to their corporate policies. To bypass this huge monopoly, Nayak is offering the beautifully illustrated Hindi ebook directly to the masses for just 10 rupees, literally the price of a cup of tea.
These formats are available right now on his Ulgulan research store via InstaMojo. And what's really fascinating is the fusion of ancient wisdom and modern tech he used here. He actually used Google's Notebook LM AI to assist in creating the 10 rupees Hindi ebook, making it super visual and easy to understand. For international or English readers, the ebook is available for 90 rupees. Crucially, though, he's also provided audiobook formats. That means rural laborers, farmers, and anyone who simply cannot read can still dive into this massive ocean of knowledge. The author is also incredibly transparent about where this money is going. This 10 rupee contribution isn't just for basic sustenance or salt and rice, as he puts it. It goes directly towards funding medical treatment for his disabled brother, Vijay Nayak. Nayak states his profound hope that this affordable ebook will provide enough support so his brother can actually walk outside on his own 2 feet again. There's also a very direct call to action for the Protector Society here. He strongly urges viewers to subscribe to his YouTube channel, Satyaki Khoj, which translates to Search for Truth. This channel is basically the digital hub where he hopes to gather support and turn this Ulgulan into an absolute global tsunami of awareness. Ultimately, Karma Nayak's work is a massive challenge to the systems that govern our history, our economy, and honestly, our minds. He's asking us to look at the soil, the air, and our very own DNA, and to recognize that we are the absolute nature we've been searching for all along. If you want to explore this movement for yourself, definitely go grab his 10 rupee ebooks from the Ulgulan research store and hit subscribe on the Satyaki Khoj YouTube channel. The ultimate question the text leaves us with today is this: are you ready to disconnect from the digital black sun and reclaim your true sovereign intelligence?